Coming up on Vegas Station Game Day, the Raiders welcoming an old foe into town.
To be a rivalry, it's got to be even. It's been one way, and we were fortunate to win that game last year by the way we played.
Antonio Pierce and company getting prepped to face a perfect 6-0 Kansas City Chiefs team.
It's not another game. It's a rivalry game. It's the team in red.
The Raiders with a chance to give Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs their first loss at Allegiant Stadium in their first game back in Vegas since the Super Bowl. Vegas Nation Game Day starts right now.
Powered by the Las Vegas Review-Journal, this is Vegas Nation Game Day. Presented by DNR House of Diamonds, making luxury affordable. Located in the One Summerlin building in downtown Summerlin.
The Kansas City Chiefs a perfect 6-0 on the season, getting set to take on the Raiders right here in Las Vegas. Hello and welcome to the Week 8 edition of Vegas Station Game Day. I'm your host, Dominic Lavoie. Thanks for joining us. Now, KC has had quite the time in Vegas. Maybe they're home away from home, if you will. The Chiefs are undefeated in Allegiant Stadium. That's right, Patrick Mahomes has not lost once in Vegas, including in Super Bowl 58 back in February when Kansas City took down the San Francisco 49ers. 4 straight wins for the Chiefs against the Raiders in the Death Star, dating back to when the Silver and Black came to the Valley in 2020. 5 counting the aforementioned Super Bowl win back in February. Now we're going to shift QB rooms back here to Vegas. The Raiders have been dealing with some movement under center. Now Aiden O'Connell, he went down with an injury last week. He's out for 4 to 6 weeks with a fractured thumb. In came Gardner Minshew against the Rams, who turned the ball over 4 times, but he's remaining the starter. With AOC out though, the Raiders did make a move, signing Desmond Ridder off of the Cardinals practice squad to act as backup behind Minshew while O'Connell recovers. Ridder last saw the field during the regular season last year with the Atlanta Falcons, starting in 13 games while throwing 12 touchdowns with 12 interceptions. Now we bring in Raiders beat writer Vinny Bonsingore to get his outlook on this week's action in Vinny's vision.
Well, the Raiders welcome the world champion, 2-time defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs to Allegiant Stadium on Sunday. And remember, these Raiders are the last team to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. But the Kansas City Chiefs certainly took that as a wake-up call. They've reeled off 12 straight wins since then, including the Super Bowl here at Allegiant Stadium. And if you remember, they partied in the Raiders' locker room. We'll see if the Raiders have anything to say about that. But really, for the Raiders to do that, their offense needs to get unchecked. And above and beyond the turnovers and the penalties, which is something that they have to avoid, obviously. But it sure would be a nice day for Gardner Minshew to get unchecked and the passing game to get unchecked. I think defensively, the Raiders are going to hang in there as they normally have. But the Raiders offense can't turn the ball over and they can't commit a whole bunch of turnovers. And it would be a great game for Gardner Minshew to decide, I'm going to return back to the Gardner Minshew that people remember with the Indianapolis Colts last year. He needs a big game. The passing game needs a big game. And the Raiders need to control the line of scrimmage and run the ball. Otherwise, if they don't and they turn the ball over and commit some penalties, it could be a long afternoon at Allegiant Stadium, and the Chiefs will continue their winning streak at Allegiant Stadium. Remember, they haven't lost a single game, including the Super Bowl, at the Raiders' home.
Thank you for that, Vinny. Now we're going to send things over to Heidi Fang with another installment of the Hard Count to give you some stats to look for on the field this week. Heidi, what you got for us?
Thanks, Tom. Brock Bowers isn't just leading the Raiders in receptions and yards after catch, but he's also leading the NFL in those areas. In all, he leads NFL tight ends in 2024 in receptions, receiving yards, receiving first downs, and yards after catch. With just 2 receptions against the Kansas City Chiefs, Brock Bowers will have a total of 49, which leads in NFL history among tight ends through their first 8 career NFL games. And with 2 tackles for loss, Max Crosby would join J.J. Watt and Aaron Donald as one of 3 players in NFL history to have 100-plus career tackles for loss during their first 90 games. I'm Heidi Fang, and those are the numbers. Back to you, Dom.
Thank you for that, Heidi. For now, we've got to step away for a quick breather, but don't go anywhere. After the break, we go against the grain with Ed Graney, and as always, we bring in Todd Dewey for the latest betting numbers on the Raiders. We'll be right back.
DNR House of Diamonds is Las Vegas's elite private office jeweler. We specialize in natural and lab-grown loose diamonds, engagement rings, and custom design. If you're looking for lab-grown diamonds, we have one of the largest selections at the best prices in Las Vegas. We make luxury affordable every day.
Welcome back to Vegas Station Game Day, and thanks for staying with us. We're going to waste no time here and get things right over to Ed Graney, who's going against the grain.
Hey, Vinny, it's Ed Graney from the Review-Journal. Yeah, the Raiders are against the Kansas City Chiefs this weekend, the 6-0 undefeated Kansas City Chiefs. Raiders not playing well right now. We know about the turnovers. We know about the pre-snap penalties. We know about the undisciplined play. We know about Gardner Minshew, a quarterback right now. So they're going to have to play a lot better to beat a team like this. The Chiefs, everyone's wondering if they're as good as 6-0, but I'll tell you what, they've beaten some really good teams, and Patrick Mahomes, while not playing his greatest, without the receivers, he's getting the job done as usual. We saw what happened last year in Kansas City where the Raiders went in and beat the Chiefs. Can they repeat that? If they cut down on turnovers, if they cut down on the penalties, if they're more disciplined, if Gardner Minshew can play better, that's a lot of ifs, I know that, but it is an Allegiant Stadium. They are welcoming a 6-0 Kansas City Chiefs team here. They've got nothing to lose. They've got to play free and loose and try to figure out a way to get this thing done. We'll see what happens on Sunday. This is Ed Graney, and this is Against the Grain.
Always appreciated, Ed. Thank you very much. Now here comes Todd Dewey with everything you need to know from the sports books for this week.
This one sets up as a pros versus Joes matchup with pro bettors on the Raiders and the betting public all over the Chiefs, who opened as 10-point favorites. The sharp money on the silver and black has caused the consensus line to drop to 9.5 and to as low as 8.5 at Circa Sports. The consensus total is 41.5 and also has come down to 41 at a couple spots. The Raiders are 4-1 on the money line to win their second straight over the Chiefs after winning at Kansas City on Christmas Day. Former Raiders broadcaster Brent Musburger is on a 13-2 cover streak in the Review Journal NFL Challenge. He made the Chiefs his best bet this week, saying that they own Allegiant Stadium where they're 5-0, including February's win over the 49ers in Super Bowl 58.
Thank you, Todd, and thank you all for coming back to catch Vegas Nation Game Day for Week 8. If this is your first time watching, thank you for checking us out. And as always, be sure to follow us on social media and the web to keep up with your Raiders news on Game Day and beyond until we come back for Vegas Nation Blitz. Now enjoy the action. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.
Powered by the Las Vegas Review-Journal, this is Vegas Nation Game Day. Presented by D&R House of Diamonds, making luxury affordable. Located in the One Summerlin building in downtown Summerlin.